The way Sofía looked at Leonor this week, I don't think people noticed how emotional that moment actually was. Not the cameras, not the royal reporters, not even the palace. But when Leonor stepped forward during that military appearance, Sofía paused for half a second behind her, and honestly, that tiny pause said more than any royal statement ever could. Because for the first time, it didn't feel like two sisters standing together. It felt like one sister slowly realizing she's about to lose the version of life they used to share. And I know some people will say, that's dramatic. But if you really watch royal families closely, especially in 2026, you start realizing the biggest stories are never the speeches. It's always the silence between them. Look at Prince William and Harry years ago. People ignored the small distance before the headlines exploded. Even Kate understood early that royal pressure changes family chemistry forever. And now Spain may be entering that exact emotional phase with Leonor and Sofía. Because here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. The closer Leonor gets to the throne, the more invisible Sofía risks becoming. And I actually think the palace knows this. That's why lately they've been pushing more images of them smiling together, walking side by side, laughing during public moments. But sometimes the harder an institution tries to show unity, the more you notice the pressure underneath it. And this is where my opinion changes completely from the mainstream narrative. I don't think Sofía is jealous of Leonor. I think she's scared of losing her. There's a difference. People online love creating royal rivalry stories because conflict gets clicks. But when I watch these two together, I see something much sadder and much more human. I see a younger sister realizing that duty is slowly pulling her best friend away in real time. And honestly, that's brutal. Because Leonor's future is no longer hers alone. Every move is now strategic. Every appearance calculated. Every relationship analyzed. Spain isn't preparing a young woman anymore, they're preparing a symbol. And symbols don't get normal lives. That's the hidden cost of the crown nobody talks about. If you're new to Leonor's story, subscribe, I post every day. What makes this even more fascinating is how Sofía behaves during quieter moments. Watch closely and you'll notice something. She often looks at Leonor before everyone else does. Almost like she's checking if her sister is okay before the cameras decide what emotion to turn into tomorrow's headline. That protective instinct feels real to me. And maybe that's why this story keeps pulling people in emotionally. It's not just about monarchy anymore. It's about what happens when two sisters grow up inside a machine bigger than themselves. And here's my hot take. I actually think Sofía may become the emotional bridge that saves Leonor from becoming completely isolated as future queen. Because history shows us something dangerous, heirs slowly lose trust in almost everyone around them. Friends become headlines. Relationships become strategy. Privacy disappears. Eventually the only people left are the ones who remember who you were before the crown. For Leonor, that person may still be Sofía. And maybe that's why these small moments matter so much right now. Not because of royal gossip, but because one day, when Leonor officially becomes queen, people may look back at these quiet interactions and realize, we were watching two sisters trying to hold on to normal life before history separated them forever. And honestly, that's probably the saddest part of becoming royalty.